Namaste, welcome. Hope the slide is visible and my voice is also clear to you.
जी भैया, your screen is visible and your voice is correct.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Didi. Okay, so we have been talking about the aspirations and concerns in the last session. And we have seen that the human goal is to be in a state of happiness and prosperity in the last session. And we have seen that we are very clear about the human goal and the destination is fixed, isn't it? And we know our current state also based on the right evaluation. So we plan the steps. So basically, we know our aspiration, we know our the goal, the destination is fixed. What is the destination? What is the human goal? It is to be in a state of happiness and prosperity. And we know our current state also based on right evaluation, which is kind of a haphazard movement because we were not clear about what our goal was. So what do? We plan steps that connect and lead to the fulfillment of basic human aspiration. So what basically we can say that the direction is definite. We know the goal and we know the current state and we know what is the direction of effort also, isn't it? So our basic aspiration is definite. It does not keep changing. And it seems to be the same for all the human beings. For everyone, it is the same, isn't it? Right. So now we will try to move a little bit forward on this. We can explore that thinking and doing something or expect to become something or expect to get or do something, what will eventually lead from our current state to our basic aspiration? We need to look about it. We need to think about it, isn't it? So in the previous session, we saw that our basic aspiration was happiness and prosperity. And we have seen the home assignment was to check if this is true for you. We also asked you to write down your perspective about happiness and about prosperity. So in this session, we want to explore into two questions. Are happiness and prosperity our basic aspirations? And what is needed to fulfill these aspirations? And through this exploration, we will also see what this UHV course is about. It will help to answer questions like what is the content of UHV? What is the process of UHV? Why are we doing this UHV1 course? Will it really help me in fulfilling my aspirations? Will it really help me addressing to my concerns? We need to think about these things, isn't it? These questions are all relevant questions which we have to think about or deeply introspect about. So going forward, we will see what is this process of exploration. So basically what we say here is that whatever is being said is a proposal. We do not need to assume it to be either true or false. Isn't it? What do you think about it? So is it better to be saying it in the form of a proposal? Or is it naturally acceptable to say that you believe it to be true or false? So in this process of self-exploration, we can verify it on our own right. You can verify it on your own right. I can verify it on my own right. And how do I do? On the basis of our natural acceptance. Isn't it? So what we say here is that you don't need not believe anything to be true or false because it is being said in a forum like this, because it is being said by the resource person shared in this forum. On the other hand, you can take it as a proposal and you can verify it on your own right on the basis of natural acceptance. And this natural acceptance is an innate faculty in all of us. For example, if I ask you the question, do you want to be happy or unhappy? What would be your answer? Can we have some responses? Yeah. It's nice that you are able to see that we always want to be happy. And irrespective of the time or place, the answer is yes, isn't it? If I ask you 5 years down the line or 10 years before this day, the answer would be yes. We don't need to do our basic education, go to school, get education from our teacher to answer this question. Otherwise also, we know that we want to be happy. Even if it is 100 years before or 100 years after, what do you think? Will the answer change? No, right? So from where does this answer come? From within, isn't it? We can call it an inner conscience or something which is within ourselves, which gives us this answer and which is true for every human being, irrespective of age, irrespective of geographical locations. Right? So when we put forth a proposal here, we put it in the form of a dialogue. Initially, it will be a dialogue between me and you to start with. So we put forth some proposal. We try to see that proposal. We try to see the proposal from various angles. We try to put some examples here. We'll ask some questions to you to ponder about. just now I have asked about natural acceptance to be, do you want to be happy or not? And this question is a very simple question. It's not a question which need to be investigated or studied from books or searched from internet or anything like that. We don't need any of those tools to get these answers to these questions. So this is the dialogue. This is the initiation of the dialogue between you and me. It soon becomes a dialogue with your own self. So when I put the question, do you want to be happy? You yourself asked within yourself, oh, do I want to be happy? What is this happiness? Do I want to be a happy continuity, in continuity? What would be my answer to this question 5 years before? All this internal dialogue will start happening within you when I put this proposal and start you to explore this proposal. And even after this session, this dialogue will continue within yourself once it is initiated. And what is this dialogue about? It is between what you are and what you really want to be, which is your natural acceptance. At this point of time, when I ask you, do you want to be happy? It is need not be that you are currently happy. But if I ask you, do you want to be happy? You all want to be happy, isn't it? We are all able to see that we all wanted to be happy. Right now, we may not be happy. We may be happy or we may not be happy. But we all aspire to be happy. So that's what when we are saying, it's a dialogue within yourself between what you are and what you really want to be, your natural acceptance. Same is the case if I ask you the question, do you want to nurture your body or do you want to harm your body? Isn't it? G. We want to be nurture the body. The same way we got the answer to the previous question, like, do you want to be happy? You also got the answer to this question also. No search in the internet, not asking anybody, not searching into any of those things which we have learned from as a part of our education from our first standard till now, nothing. The answer came within. But that dialogue might have started within you when this simple question might have been put forth. And the very purpose of this program is to initiate this internal dialogue. When I say the workshop, the whole purpose of the workshop, probably we can say, is to initiate this internal dialogue. So I start the dialogue with you. It puts some questions within yourself. You search for the answer within yourself. You apply these to various situations, various time or geographical positions. Try to validate the answer for that question. And it will continue this internal dialogue between what you are and what you want to be. So once this internal dialogue has been initiated with respect to the proposal, that's what we aim as part of this program. So we will be putting forth many proposals here in as part of this program. Right. And all these proposals, what you have to do? You have to ask within yourself your own right, which is the natural acceptance, and see whether it is true for you. And if you found that it is true for you, make it part of your life. Or else you again try to introspect on that. Whether is there anything which I have missed? So those things comes as part of the internal dialogue within yourself. Are you able to see this? So, and this is what we call it as the process of self-exploration. And this is the fundamental thing about the workshop. Do you have any questions on this? So far we have discussed about, because this is very important. This is the whole process. And this is not just a process for us to do while we do this discussion or this workshop or this program. This is something which we need throughout our life, which you can continue at every moment. If at all you have any questions on this, you can put in chat or you can just raise your hand so that mic may be provided to you. So let me assume that this is clear to you and move forward. So aspiration, when we discuss, we have already asked this question, do we want to be happy? We have seen that we all want to be happy. We have asked this question, do we want to be prosperous? We have replied that we want to be prosperous. And when we put this question, do we want a continuity of happiness and prosperity? Then also we have answered that we want continuity of happiness and prosperity. Now, I will try to see the next set of questions. Are we happy right now? The state of being what we are? Are we happy right now? Are we having the feeling of prosperity right now? What do you think? Or is there a continuity of this feeling of happiness and prosperity within you? What do you think? Can we have some response? Chamundeshwari is saying yes. Nice. Thank you for responding. Didi, do you have this continuity of happiness and prosperity within you? Are you able to be in a state of continuity of happiness and prosperity? Is that what you have said as answer as yes? Is it that you wanted to be in a state of continuity of prosperity, or you are in a state of continuity of happiness and prosperity? You take today. It is saying happiness sometimes. Is it true for others also? Can we have a dialogue? Prosperity now and continue. So I would assume that it is trying to say that I have the feeling of prosperity now, and I would like to continue to have that feeling of prosperity. Oh, you don't have the mic, please. Yeah, the mic has been provided to the. Namaste, Didi.
Namaste, Bhaiya.
Ji, go ahead.
Namaste, Bhaiya. Am I audible?
Yes, you are very much audible. Clear.
Bhaiya, I wanted to say that I want to have prosperity in continuous, and now I am also having the feeling of having the prosperity in continuous. About happiness, I want to have it in continuity, but at present, I am not able to see it continuously. Sometimes there is disharmony.
Ji, nice. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Bhaiya.
Ji. Anybody else would like to reflect upon this? Is there anyone who is having happiness and prosperity in continuity? We would like to listen to you from you all. Or is there anyone, Ganesh Petlekar ji is asking, please elaborate on prosperity. We will come to that, Bhaiya. Prosperity, we will be touching upon that in detail. With the current level of understanding, what do you think? Are you prosperous? Are you having a feeling of prosperity? We'll go into that proposal of prosperity. Yeah. Namaste, Bhaiya.
Yes, namaste.
Yeah.
So, yes, do I want to be happy? Yes, I want to be happy. Do I think that I have evidence of happiness? Means I consider it as a prosperity. So, yes, I am prosperous. But as the question was there, do you are you happy continuously? So for that, really, I need to struggle for that. Means I cannot be happy all the time, but I want to be happy in the end.
Nice.
This is what. Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Bhaiya, for sharing. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
yeah. So one thing is that this question has started a dialogue within ourselves. It initiated a dialogue within ourselves, isn't it? The dialogue has started. And we are thinking about, oh, am I happy? What is this prosperity? Anish ji was asking, please elaborate on prosperity. What is this prosperity? Is it possible to have the continuity of happiness and prosperity? Isn't it? So this is the self-exploration. These are all very simple questions, isn't it? Probably we might have not have introspected till the time now. Might be someone who have introspected, but then again we need more deeper introspection or clarity into that. So this inner dialogue within me is going to take me to what we call as right understanding, which we will see shortly, right? So basically, with these questions, we can see that We all want to be in a continuous state of happiness and prosperity, but we all are able to see that happiness and prosperity, at least we can say that happiness in continuity is not my current state of being. I have this happiness, the feeling, sometimes not happiness. Right. Nice. So we have seen that there is a gap here between our aspiration and our state of being. We wanted to be in a state of continuous happiness and prosperity, whereas right now, our state of being is that we are sometimes we are in happiness and sometimes not. And why is this gap? So this gap is between what we really want to be and what we are. So what are we going to do to fill this gap? Is it okay like this? Or do we want to move to the state of what we really want to be, or to our natural acceptance? Is the gap getting wider or is it getting filled up? This is a very simple question, but a very deep question. We will explore into this. Right. So we want to be happy. We want to be happy. We want to be prosperous, and we want to be in a state of continuity of happiness. And what about the effort? We have seen that there is a gap between what we really want to be and what we are right now. Now we will think about the effort what we are taking. So from morning to evening, we are doing something. We are taking so much of effort for a lot of things, doing a lot of things. Right. And we can just look into our effort. Is it for continuity of happiness and prosperity? Or is it only for earning money, ensuring physical facility and its accumulation? Another simple question to ponder about. But yet another deep question to introspect. Where is our effort pointed to? How much of our effort are we putting for ensuring continuity of happiness and prosperity? Is our effort more for earning money? For example, in the case of students, like I am studying hard, working hard to have a job, to have a degree, to get a job, and so that I can buy physical facility, I can accumulate physical facility, I can ensure physical facility. So is that the place to where my effort is moving to? And what proportion of my effort is for happiness and what proportion of my effort is for ensuring physical facility? Have we assumed that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when we have enough physical facility? What do you think? No. The examination is saying no. Are you clear about it? Are we clear that this happiness and prosperity will not be ensured when we have physical facility? Nice. What effort are we making other than accumulation of physical facility? Can we have a reflection upon the effort we are taking on a single day and see what proportion of it is for the purpose of ensuring happiness and prosperity? How much time, how much effort are we putting for ensuring this continuity of happiness and prosperity? Just look into yourself. Anybody would like to reflect upon this? Mics have been provided to you. Yeah, Didi, go ahead.
But yeah, previously I used to think that physical facility itself will provide me happiness. But now I have come to know that physical facility cannot provide me continuity in happiness, because at present, right now, I have almost all the physical facility that is required to live a, you can say, even a luxurious life. But still, I feel that there is something which is required more than that. So, what could be that one when I have thought of? Then I felt that other than this, there is a need to to find out the reasons for happiness. So at present, I can say that I am trying to spend at least 2 to 3 hours other than accumulating the physical facility, that is, doing the normal routine work. 2 to 3 hours of time I'm spending to understand these human values and try to get right understanding and try to achieve the continuity in happiness.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. So probably if I ask you, Didi, before you have come to the UHV or understanding the proposals put forth in USV, you would say that you also had this strong assumption that physical facility is going to just continuous happiness and prosperity. Is that right? So you were mentioning that.
Yes, yes.
Yes. So right now, that understanding has dawned in you that happiness and prosperity is not being ensured by having physical facility.
Yes. Yes, Maria.
Nice. Nice. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Namaste, Ganeshi. Mic has been
Yes.
provided to you. Yeah.
Yes. Namaste. Namaste. Just I was reflecting on this first question, that have we assumed that happiness and prosperity will be ensured when we have enough physical facility? So generally, I I think that happiness and prosperity does not depend on the physical facility, but currently I have one experience that we know that nowadays the environment is very hot, the temperature is rising, and in my home there is no any AC, air conditioning. but the environment or the hotness has risen at such a level that I couldn't concentrate on my studies or some other work which I am doing. So I thought that I should have air conditioning so that I can be at ease when I will be studying or doing my work. So here, my reflection is that some physical facilities are also necessary uh, to to maintain your happiness. Thank you.
G.
Yes.
So, Ganesh G, thank you for that reflection. But then again, we have to look into that, whether this physical facility, for example, what I was saying about the air conditioner, is it for the body or is it for the self? For the, yeah,
Is it? Yes. Means because of hotness and rising temperature, uh, I cannot focus on the study. Means I have to see. Means I become uncomfortable with the heat.
okay,
So yes, 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 sir.
yes. But then again, we can see that if at all something very important work has been assigned to you, even then, at that probably at that point of time, even when the temperature is hot, you may the self may take decide to do that work, giving that priority to that, isn't it?
Yes, yes. It happens. Means if the work is very important, I do not think about the heat or the temperature.
Gee.
Means I forget about the body condition. Means
Hmm.
if there is any sweating or that, but I'm doing that work
Gee.
depending on the urgency.
Yes.
Yes.
And probably you may readjust your timings, work timings. Probably in the early morning, you may try to put effort so that it may not be that hot during the early morning time, isn't it? You may reschedule
Yes. Yes.
ourselves.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
I understand. Means I'm getting your point, sir.
yes,
Yes. Means
yes.
for example, I use bicycle nowadays to go to the office. Means
Hmm.
my office or college is at 2.5 kilometers, and uh, I know that I should use the bicycle so that my physical activity would be there. But sometimes I think that I'm late. I becoming late, so I'm what I can say. I tempted to use bike, but I made the my condition that I should go with the bicycle. So
Hmm.
with that, what we can say, with that urge to uh, maintain your physical conditions, I use the bicycle. So there, whatever the sweating and everything, I forget.
Okay. So who
Yes,
decides that? I decides that. The self decides, isn't it?
yes, yes,
Yes. Nice. So probably physical facility may aid in the right utilization of the body. But regarding happiness, let's keep it open. Let's see whether that physical facility is aiding my happiness or not. We will look into that, right? We will keep that question open for the time being and see whether any kind of physical facility is going to aid in my happiness and prosperity, or is it helping for the right utilization, protection of the body or not? We'll see, right? So physical facility is necessary, but is it absolutely needed for right understanding or happiness? We'll see what about the animal. When an animal has lack of physical facility, it becomes uncomfortable. And when it gets physical facility, it becomes comfortable. For example, when a cow gets a stomach full of grass, it becomes comfortable, sits and chews the cud. But what about human being? A human being, when he has lack of physical facility, he has become uncomfortable and unhappy. But once he gets the physical facility, he forgets about it and start thinking about 100 other things. Isn't it? But that's not the case with the cow. For the cow, a stomach full of grass is sufficient to become comfortable. That's it. It sits and chews the cud. But for us, human beings, when we are lacking physical facility, when we don't have food to eat, when we don't have shelter, when we don't have house to protect our body, my body and my relative's body, I becomes uncomfortable and unhappy. But when I have this food and this shelter, does it take me to a continuous state of happy? I'm comfortable then? No, isn't it? Once I get that physical facility, my food, my house, I no longer bother or worry about that. And I start thinking about other things. I should have that. I should have a better house. I should have a vehicle. I should have a better food. I should watch a movie. I should be able to have a music system. All these things will come to me. And because of which, I won't be able to be in a state of happiness. Are you able to see this? So this is the difference between an animal and a human being in one aspect. Isn't it? Something very important to be reflected upon. Let's see if we know how many pairs of clothes we have. Again, and another dialogue to be initiated so that I'm asking you a question so that it will initiate a dialogue within yourself, which means the self-exploration is being triggered. How many pairs of clothes we have? If there was a shortage of clothes, it would be a problem for us. But now that we have clothes, we may not know even how many we have. If I have a shortage of clothes, that I have only 3 pairs of clothes, every now and then I'll be thinking that I should have at least 5 pairs of clothes for a week. I'll be worried about that. I'm feeling uncomfortable about my deprived feeling. But once I have 5 pairs of clothes, now I will start thinking about some other things. The first thing might be like I should have 5 more pairs of clothes so that in 1 week I'll use this 5 pair of clothes and the next week I'll use the next 5 pairs of clothes. Or I should have a pair of clothes for jogging or going for a sports event. Or I should have another pair of clothes for going for a fancy function, a fancy cloth for going for a function, for a party. When I had 3 pairs of clothes, no such questions came. I only have this question that can I have at least 5 pairs of clothes for a week? Now the scenario has changed, isn't it? This is what we are saying in the previous line. When a human being has lack of physical facility, he becomes uncomfortable and unhappy. But once he gets the physical facility, he forgets about it and starts thinking about 100 other things. Not only these fundamental things, whatever we get, we have to see whether that thing is going to give us happiness for so long. Just think about it. What physical facility is going to ensure continuity of happiness within you? Please think about it. A simple question, very simple question. Right? So something more is required over and above physical facility. Are we able to see this? Yes. It is saying yes. So physical facility is necessary. The clothes are necessary. The food is necessary. But it is not sufficient for continuity of happiness. Something more is also required. Just Didi was saying in the first comment. Even now, Didi has having enough physical facility to have a luxurious life. That was the word Didi was using. Even then, Didi could find something is missing. Something more is required. Is it the same for others also? Just think about it. So I think we will close with this and start this question in the next session. So we'll stop here, like that we are able to see that physical facility is necessary for human being, but we all are feeling, we are able to see that something more is also required. Just introspect on this question. Let this question be within you, starting an internal dialogue within yourselves. So let's wind it up here. It's 8:30 now. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the questions and the interactions. We will meet on the next Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. is continuation of this session. Thank you. Namaste. Over to you, Didi.
Thank you,
Didi.
Dipesh Bhaiya. Thank you for the informative session. And everybody really, through chat, I can see everybody was responding so well. So thank you everyone for being there, and Dipesh Bhaiya for helping us in our exploration journey. Hope to see you again next week at 7:30 p.m. sharp. Thank you. Namaste to all.
Namaste.
Namaste.